so that we can achieve success everywhere we find ourselves. And if you look at my slide, three things are pointing at success. Three things are pointing at success. The first thing is saying, before we make success in life, we need to seek necessary information. We seek necessary assistance and we take necessary action. There is need to steer ourselves. There is need for us to motivate ourselves and also encourage ourselves as public servants. It's my dream that no one will be on this platform. No one will join us. No one will be part of this mentoring. And you'll be an ordinary person in your MDA. At any point in time that we are always remembering that we are part of this mentoring series, and there is need for us to show up in our offices. We must show up. We must show up with, innovations that will project us for people to know that, yes, indeed, we are in this MDA. So, for us to succeed in life and fulfill our dreams as public servants in our different MDAs, we need to seek necessary assistance. We need to seek necessary assistance. We need to seek and also take necessary action. You will be surprised that the man in your office or the woman in your office or that young lady in your office is armed with the information that you have been struggling to get for a very long time. So information is at our disposal. But the issue is this: how do we access this information? Most of us, we don't access this information and we remain where we are. And it's key for us to access information, for us to succeed in life. So we need to seek necessary information. And I want you to understand that word, necessary. Not just information that will not be necessary, that will not take you from where you are, from where you are and where you are going. So information that are necessary. These are the information that we should be seeking. And if you don't seek the information, you're not going to get solution to your problem. And how do we get this information? So many ways. We read books. We network and learn from others. We attend seminars, just like we are doing now. And we continue to have our education. So no matter where you are now at your education level, you can move from that level to the next level. So once you seek information, the next thing is for us to seek necessary assistance. Please, can we confirm that we are seeing my slides? Seek necessary assistance. I just listened to one of the most prominent women in Nigeria, Pastor Ibukun Awoshika. She was saying something that struck my mind. And what was she saying? She said she traveled for a seminar, for a conference. And for 4 days, they've been in the conference room until the professor that was handling them came up and said, who are those in this room that thought their dreams or that have dreams that have not been fulfilled? And to our surprise, many people in the conference, in the hall, raised their hands, and the man said, please be mentioning those dreams that you have not, that you thought is late for you to achieve. And they started mentioning them. They started mentioning those dreams. And when the professor now said, oh, who is in this room that can solve this person's challenge? Who is in this room that can sort that person's challenge? Before you know it, all those challenges have one person or the other to attend to it, except just two of all those challenges. What are we saying? We are saying that if you don't seek necessary assistance, you might not get your dream fulfilled. Don't forget that we have been created as insufficient individuals. We are not sufficient on our own. So we need one or two people that will help us to achieve our dream, to move from one level to another. I know people that I've met while I've joined the service who, one way or the other, have affected my destiny and where I am today. So we need to seek necessary assistance. Now, after we might have sought necessary information, we've gotten necessary information, we have also taken necessary assistance, we now need to take a step further by taking necessary action. Take necessary action. And no matter how small it is, start where you are. Start where you are. Until you take action, you will never believe that it is doable. And I'll use myself as an example. When I got to my present ministry, I saw a challenge, and the challenge kept on overwhelming every day. I was looking for solutions. I was seeking for necessary information. I was seeking for necessary assistance. And until I got the real person that can sort out this issue for me. And what else? I took action. Took action by asking for assistance. I got the assistance, and that was it. The dream is running now. So take necessary action, no matter how small it is. And I've always been saying it, that until you take action, unforeseen assistance will never run to you. So there are assistances there and there that we need to harness. But because we have not taken action, those assistants will not in any way tilt to our sides. So, for us to make success in life, let's put these three things in our minds. They will help us. We'll seek necessary assistance. Don't be indolent. Don't be comfortable in your comfort zone. Don't stay in your comfort zone too long. Seek necessary assistance. Seek necessary information. Seek necessary assistance and take necessary action. That is all I have for my opening chat for today. We will continue on our on our success corner the next time. So, what is the meaning? What is meaning of meeting that we are talking about now? Minute writing refers to the process of documenting the proceedings of a meeting, gathering, or event in a written form. Let me take that again. Minute writing refers to the process of documenting the proceeding of a meeting, proceeding of gatherings, proceeding of events. But mind you, it has to be in a written form, and that is what we call minutes. And that document serves as a formal and concise record of what actually transpired at the meeting. So, whenever we gather and we want to make whatever the proceedings that will be taken from that meeting, from that gathering, from that event, we want to make it official, it is called what? Minutes. A minute of that meeting will capture key details such as decisions making at the meeting, discussion held at the meeting, action to be taken, and who is responsible for those actions. And that is what we call minutes. That is what we call minutes. So if we are now in a we are in a official setting, minutes to be taken, then we have to be very, very careful. And there are skills that we need to do the minutes taking in any meeting. Okay, so let's look at the next slide. You will now understand what I'm talking about. Okay, next slide, please. So, why is minutes important? Whenever we have taken proceedings from any meeting, whatever you have said and has been recorded, whatever anybody might have said at the meeting, it has been recorded and you are going to be accountable for it. So that's why when we are going for a meeting, we have to be very careful what we say, because you are going to be accountable. There will be record. Those proceedings that will be taken will be like a record for future purpose. We are communicating something when we are having minutes of meeting. We are communicating ideas. We are communicating positions, legal documents. Because when you are taking minutes, there are some things that will need to be legal compliant, that will require us to follow the due process. So we can see how important our minute is. Let's look at the next slide. Then we'll now understand what we are talking about when we say minute is very, very, very important. The next types of minutes. We have blow by blow minutes. This type of minute refers to a detailed and comprehensive method of documenting meeting proceedings. It involves capturing every discussion, action, and decision in real time, much like a play-by-play commentary. And it is often used when meetings require a high level of accountability. Every detail needs to be on record for legal compliance or historical purposes. It's also used for complex discussion or negotiation that are going to be taking place. This blow by blow is saying that everything, as I'm talking, the next person is talking, and the third person is talking. Everything we are saying, the recorder will be doing blow by person. The recorder is also recording everything word for word. So we are looking at types of minutes. Here we are looking at the narrative types of minutes. Narrative type of minutes. This type of minute provides detailed summary of the meeting in a storytelling format. It includes discussion, action, and decision in paragraphs form rather than bullet point. So this type of minute, we are in a meeting, and instead of bulleting our points, we are doing it paragraph by paragraph. We are noting what everybody is saying, but we are noting it in a paragraphing format. Look at it. Look at the example. The meeting began with a discussion on the annual budget. Mr. John hereby suggested increasing the marketing allocation, which Mr. Ojo opposed due to limited funds. After much deliberation, it was agreed to allocate an additional 10 million for each department. Now, we have taken a clue of what actually transpired at the meeting, but all the deliberations were not captured here. We started it, and at the end of the day, what was the resolution? That is what we have taken here now, which is that every department should be given 10 million naira as additional to their type of minute, which is this type of minutes provide high level overview of the meeting. It captures key points, captures decisions taken and action without going into details. E.g., look at the layout of a minute of meeting. We will start every minute with a comprehensive title of the meeting. There is something we call DTV, time, date, and venue. All of these must be included in a title of the minute. We will see a typical example now, and the present simply means these are the list of members that are present. Apologies, those who have taken excuse to absent themselves from the meeting. And in attendance, these are the people or someone who is physically at the meeting but is not having anything to do with the business of the meeting. And the secretariat is the people responsible for taking the minutes at the meeting, while the commencement is all about opening prayer, opening remarks by the accounting officer, or sometimes it could be welcome address. Next slide, please. It could be welcome address. So the layout continues. Next slide. So consideration of minute of last meeting. That's the next thing. Followed by matters arising, followed by business of the day, then any other business. Adjournment will follow and closing. So let's see a typical example. Let's see the next slide, please. Let's see a typical example of our. So we can see now. Minute of the management meeting. That's a title, management meeting of the Ministry of Enjoyment, held on Friday, 21st June 2012 in the ministry's conference room. 7. This is a comprehensive title of a minute. So we can see the people that are present at the meeting that were there. We have Dr. Adelelagbaja, the permanent secretary, Mr. David John, director admin and HR, and then all down. In fact, you can see Mr. Kemi Sleepwell, but Mrs. Kemi Sleepwell. All of those ones were there. They were there, and those people that couldn't attend, like Mrs. Mrs. Dorcas, okay, people that were in attendance but they didn't were not part of the business of the meeting were Mr. Kemi Modupe and so on and so forth, and the secretariat happened to be Miss Julius Akowe. Okay, the meeting commenced. The commencement of the meeting commenced at 12:16 and thereabout, like that. Opening remarks by the permanent secretary. The permanent secretary welcomed everyone to the meeting. Okay. Now the next thing, which is key aspect of every layout of meeting, minute of meeting, is the adoption of minute of last meeting. Errors, observations, and those things that were in the last minute. This is where it will be taken care of. The minute of the last meeting held on 13th May 2012 was read, and the following corrections were made. And like that on page 2.1 of page 2. Something was supposed not to be so, and then it has been corrected. And when all of these things, observations have been taken care of, thereafter, the motion for the adoption of the minute of last meeting will be moved. Okay, will be moved. And Mr. Indowu Akobi moved the motion in this situation and was seconded by Mrs. Aisha Pepe. Mr. Aisha Peter. So matters arising. These are the things that will eventually deduced from the last meeting. What are those things that were supposed to have been done that were not done? That have not been taken care of. So matters that will we will now be picking them one after the other, one after the other. And there is another one which is not here, which is called business of the day. That business of the day will now be issue that will be taken care of by the agenda for the meeting, for this present meeting. Business of the day. And all of those things that will be checklisting them from the agenda of the day. We'll be taking them, okay, this one has been taken care of, this one has been taken care of, this one has been taken care of. And, there will be updates on those issues that we are talking about. And after we have dealt with business of the day, there will now be AOB, other words, or AOB simply means any other business that are not in the agenda of the meeting. So you will begin to take them department by department, any other business for the day that to list. And the next thing is for us to adjourn. We adjourn the meeting. When we adjourn the meeting, we now close the meeting. The meeting, after in the absence of other things to discuss, then that was the techniques for writing minute of meeting. Okay. Number 1, familiarize yourself with the agenda of the meeting beforehand. Take time to familiarize yourself with the agenda of the meeting. Number 2, let there be active listening. Avoid any form of distractions. Why? Remember the importance of minutes that we have looked at early on before now. One of them is the fact that it can be used as legal paper, and it can be used as documents referring to, at any point in time, even if there is litigation, you can use your minutes. Is it in the meeting? That's why you will see accounting officer saying, please, off record, or please, let this be in the minutes. So avoid any form of distraction when you are writing minutes, and then use abbreviation, because when you are in a meeting and everybody is talking, you want to capture what everybody is saying. We need to learn how to use abbreviation, and then use technology, leverage technology. Take a recorder. It can be your phone, it can be the normal recorder to the recorded version. You can listen to it, you can use it to make adjustments to where you have missed out, where you were not taking, where you lost attention. All of those things, your recorded version will help you out. Then you can also make personal touch after the meeting. It's called post-meeting editing. You meet those that were at the meeting, especially those that you didn't hear what they were saying. Meet them, clarify what actually was the point they were raising or they raised at the meeting for you to have a very clean minute of meeting. Next slide, please. Very clean minute of meeting. So there is another one that I want us to take note. When we are writing minutes, minutes must be recorded in past tense. Minutes must be recorded in past tense because it has happened. Even if you are projecting for the future, you still need to record it in a way that is not going to be in continuous or in present tense. Minutes must be recorded in past tense, past tense, because it has taken place, and anything could happen if you refuse. I mean, you're not taking cognizance of the personalized the people that were talking. So you use third party word, third party phrases when you are recording meeting. You say the meeting agreed. Not that Mr. Olu, no, you don't mention names. You just say the meeting agreed. The meeting agreed to do this. It was concluded that after much deliberation, okay, except you need to now mention a particular issue that somebody, uh, 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 how will I put that? Somebody moved the motion or mooted the idea, or and in most cases you don't need to even mention name. But if you will mention name, it's not a bad thing. But know for sure that we are recording minutes in third party, what's it called? Third party sentence. So the next slide, please. Minutes should be in third party. Minutes you shouldn't have you, you shouldn't be judgmental about it. Be objective about what is happening at the meeting. Okay, minutes are always in past tense. Like I said, we should be clear and concise. Then make sure you sit next to the chairperson because of points that the chairperson will be raising. Is very, very key. So don't be too far and you now be like you cannot hear what the person was saying. So you sit very close to the next person. So I mean to the chairperson. So these are the things that are very, very key when we are writing minutes. Minutes is very, very important. I mean, minute taking is very, very important in an official settings because it can be used for any record purpose. So when it is time to write minutes, that's not the time to run away. When it is time to write minutes, that's not the time to be sick. No. Show up. Write minutes in your own language, and after you might have been through at the meeting, then go back to your office and begin to write it in a very constructive way. Write minutes in how will I put in good English so that it can be easy, and don't put vocabularies in minutes. Don't put vocabularies. Simple and understandable English. Simple and understandable English. And that's what minutes is all about. Let's quickly look at 5 minutes. Next slide, please. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So when we are doing 5 minutes, 5 minutes is simply saying that, okay, one file has gotten to your table. You have a file on your table now, and you now need to address the issue in the file. You need to address the issue in the file. How do you address it? How do you address it? Next slide, please. So this is the process of recording observations. decisions, recommendation in a file for official purposes, typically what? In an organization or government settings. Minuting in a file is an essential component of office administration and communication, particularly in an hierarchical or bureaucratic system like where we are find ourselves, public service. Public service. So let's look at types of file minuting. We have file minuting for approval. Look at this one. A file has gotten to your table. You've read it. You've digested it. Now, in that file, but it's going to be an approval. So I am writing now. I've read the file. And I want to respond. I want to treat the file. I will take my pen and I'll say, the special advisor, the proposed training program aligns with our ministry's vision. I recommend approval for the allocated budget of 5 million. The relevant vote of charge is stated above because the person that initiated the submission will have stated all of those things above. Me, I am just concurring. I'm just approving. I am just buying into that idea. And I'll do that by writing what I've just said here. And I'll put my signature. I'll put my name. I'll put my designation. Another one can be the Honorable Commissioner. I concur with the recommendation. The training program will enhance employees' productivity. Kindly approve. The relevant vote of charge is what is stated above. You will sign. Make sure you sign. And your signature first. Okay. Your name and your designation. And then the date. And then the date. Next slide, please. And then the date. Make sure that it is dated. Make sure it is dated because when it comes to file minuting, we are always cognizant of the dates. We are always cognizant of the date. So all of these things in a file, the file gets to your table. Okay. Number one, even you need to look at the file page. I mean, the front of the file. Where is this file coming from? Who sent the file to you? Okay, what page is the file referring you to? You look at where the page is coming from. Okay, that is from who? Who is the person sending this file to me? You open it. You see the front page. You see it. You go to the file. The page the file is referring you to. Then you read. You do the normal thing that you need to do. You read it. You go through the file thoroughly. You read the file thoroughly. Then you sometimes, even if you the file requires you to stay more than necessary on your table, make sure you are not delaying the file unnecessarily. Make sure you are reading and you are digesting, because whatever you put on the file, it goes a long way. No, the file that can get to commissioner, the file that can get to deputy governor, and you are writing a sentence that commissioner or deputy governor will see and be asking, who is this officer? So to avoid error, take your stick on. Take your stick on your that you have in your office. Write your own English first. Write it the way is clearly is. You too can read it. It will be clearly written for people to understand. Then, after you might have done that on your stick on, you now transfer it into the file. There is no need for you, even if you have a very fine handwriting, or you know what the file is talking about. Sometimes what we want to write could be so fast, and our hands will be so fast than our hearts, or our hearts will be so fast than our hands. So you will miss out one or two things. But if you have it on your stick on, you write. Then once that is done, can we see the next slide, please? Once that is done, you now transfer it into the file. And once that is done, you transfer into the file. You to close the file, send the file back to the next person that will approve it. Send the file back to the person that will approve it. Don't delay it, and be mindful of the date. If a file, and today is 26th, and you are sending it in about 5 minutes in. So this is the next one we are to look at before we quickly round up because of time. So you look at this one now. He's saying that Director Admin and HR, this is being initiated by a downline. I agree with the proposed review. My team will submit recommendation by January 25th, 2025. You sign, you put all of those things there. And then another one says, you may wish to set up committee for the review of the employees handbook. In addition, the terms of reference should be drawn up for seamless operations of the committee. You sign, you put your name and your designation and date. So 5 minutes in simply means that a file gets to your table. What are we supposed to do? Read the file, especially as it relates to the recent issue. But sometimes it's good to read from the beginning of the file. But if the time is not on our side, we don't have time we don't have enough time. Thoroughly look at the recent issue, the recent matter at hand. Look at it very well, read it, digest it, then you come up with your own 5 minutes. Come up with your. Sometimes you cannot just say Director Admin and HR for your necessary action, or Director Admin and HR, please treat further, or Chief Admin and Human Resource Officer discuss, because you are not clear. You want one or two information to, you need one or two information for you to make your decision. So you tell the initiator to come and discuss the matter with you. Or sometimes you just say KIV. Why? Because this issue at the moment is not paramount. We don't want to do it at the moment. So you can say KIV. Then another one you can say for your necessary information. Sometimes there are not the issues in the file that you just want to let the person be aware. The next person in line, you just send the file to the person, keep in view. Things like that. All of those things is part of 5 minutes. It's part of 5 minutes. And the more you get yourself familiar, the more you practice, the more you take your what's it called? Stick-on papers, and you write. You pour your mind on the stick-on paper. Cancel, rewrite, cancel, rewrite. Then you'll be perfect. Sometimes you need your principal to sign documents. There are some documents that you just put in the file, and in the front, at the back of the file, and in the front of the file, you just say ABC. ABC going to who? To the PS. Which date? You put the date there, and the PS will say, the PS will see the file and go straight to the back of the file. ABC. So there are things that we do we do and we write when we are talking about 5 minutes. Can we see the next slide, please? That is, these are the things we do when we say 5 minutes. And 5 minutes is also key, it's part of our assignment. Whether your handwriting is fine or it's not fine, it's beautiful, it's not beautiful, take your stick on. Take your stick on. Don't shy away from handling file. Don't shy away from minuting on file, whether your handwriting is very big or it's not very big. And these are the things you will have put into consideration when you are doing your 5 minutes or when you are typing it. You know, sometimes you might use your hand to do your 5 minutes. Sometimes you might ask your secretary to type it for you. Then you will sign, whichever style. But I believe that whichever style that suits you will work for you. Not necessarily you use your hand, but most times it's good you use your handwriting to do your 5 minutes. Most times. But if you know that your handwriting is very big or is not that presentable enough, you can type it and you print it. And there are styles to do that in your minuting. And then it's key for us to also have it at the back of our minds that when we are writing, the rudiment of doing this 5 minutes, you need to be clear enough. Let your paragraph 1 be clear, and the paragraph 2 that is following your paragraph 1 should also, in line with what you are writing in your paragraph 2 should be in line with your paragraph 1. Do you understand? So these are the things that you will do that will make the person that will grant approval be interested in your file. Be interested. So the rudiment of 5 minuting is another thing entirely, which is the next thing we are going to look at now. Let's go to the next slide, please. So you can see now, be concise, use simple and formal in language, include only relevant information, and be objective. Be what? Be objective. Maintain proper official structure. Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 2. And I said, don't delay file unnecessarily and conclude appropriately when you are doing your 5 minutes. And here we will draw the curtain of our session tonight. We are so sorry for the break in transmission intermittently. Is not intentional. It's not our doings. It's the network that that have shown how powerful it is this this evening. So we want to say thank you for listening. In case we have questions, we have contributions, please, because of our time, it's time to do that. Thank you so much. All right, Tom, please take over.
Had like an amazing session tonight, but this network really did us bad. Please, can I see emojis on the platform? Thank you so much, Shabi. Thank you, Iko. I see you. Thank you, Coca. Thank you. Please, if you have questions, kindly drop your questions in the chat box. We apologize. I sincerely apologize for today's session. I see your question. I see you. Yes, it's worthwhile. Don't worry. We're going to share the slides on the platform. Please, if you are not on the platform, kindly click on this link that I just dropped.